The rematch between Nathan Heaney and Brad Pauls is at the top of the bill. But next, we are light heavyweights with Ezra Taylor up against Cuba's Carlos Alberto Lamela for the vacant WBC International belt. Commentary from Paul and Richie after Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue live on TNT Sports with 10 rounds scheduled, and it will be for the vacant WBC International Light Heavyweight Championship. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, 32 Red and Unibet. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge Matt Harris, along with the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Charles Giles, Timekeeper Jason Booth. Our 3 judges assigned will be Jürgen Langos of Germany, Kieran McCann of England, and Ernesto Saldivar of Mexico. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Victor Laughlin of Scotland. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing blue, white, and red, and weighed in officially at 12 stone, 6 pounds. A native of Regla, La Habana, Cuba. He is now fighting out of Barcelona, Catalunya, Spain, and brings a professional record of 8 wins, 3 defeats, with 5 of his 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the current Spanish and EBU silver light heavyweight champion, Carlos Alberto Lamela. And his opponent across the ring in this championship contest, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with silver and weighed in officially at 12 stone, 5 pounds. Hailing from Nottingham, England, he is undefeated with 8 wins. 6 of his 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current Commonwealth silver light heavyweight champion, Ezra the Cannon Taylor.
Okay, boys, you know the rules. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Touch gloves.
Victor Laughlin, the referee. A light heavyweight division absolutely packed with elite level quality in Great Britain. Ezra Taylor from the same amateur gym in Nottingham as Eko Esserman, who has stunned the crowd here in Birmingham already tonight. Now it is Taylor's turn to try to steal the show in against Carlos Alberto Lamela. And he's apparently not going to need to go looking for him. Lamela, from what we've heard, knows how to get it done early. He won the Spanish national title in the first round.
I'll tell you what, Paul is making the mistakes out here. Lamela, he's really going for it in terms of his own, especially that right hand over the top, but he's closing the gap down, and fair play to Taylor. He's just tucked up. He's caught him with his right hand, he's caught him with the left hook also. It's been very good boxing from Taylor. He's just capitalising on the mistakes that Lamela is making here.
Nice and tidy, as you say, Taylor, so far, Richie. In terms of ability, I think a lot of people are aware that Taylor is on the radar, so to speak, but Ezra Taylor will be 30 years of age in a couple of weeks. Let's hope that the best is in front of him. A lot to like so far.
You can see how he's got caught with the left hook a couple of times here, Lamela, Paul. His right hand is far too low. So when Taylor gets in close, then he's certainly open to that shot. See, look how low his hand is now, just in front of the chin. Looking for that right hand over the top. But even on the inside there, the right hand is far too low. So he's got to watch out for the left hook from Taylor.
Very refreshing to hear Taylor's own assessment of his performance against Prince Okonate, when he seemed to have the measure of his man on numerous occasions in the early part of the fight before it actually went into the fourth round. There's no reason to be downcast about the win. Still very much at the learning stage. We know he's heavy-handed, Richie. 6 stoppage wins in the 8 professional contests so far before tonight, Taylor, and nice and sharp he looks.
Yeah, he does. He looks on the money tonight, Paul. Lovely jab from him. Like I say, he's tucking up nice. His opponent, Lamela, is a little bit unorthodox. That's a cracking right hand. So good stuff here from Ezra Taylor.
Lamela already aware that there might be a step up in terms of power coming from the other man compared to most of his recent outings. Certainly Taylor's looking nice and polished.
That's it. You're still going to set those attacks up behind that jab and just measure the distance. That's what Taylor's got to do, but a good round for him.
On TNT Sports, here from Birmingham tonight. Richie, what about the start he made?
I thought it was a terrific opening round against someone he doesn't know a lot about, who's a bit unorthodox and throws wild shots from different angles. But Ezra Taylor there, he kept nice and sharp. And like I say, he produced a good opening round. He was spot on there.
So scheduled 10 rounds at light heavyweight.
Oh, there's that left up, Paul. That's the shot I spoke about. What a punch that was, on the inside. Didn't travel very far, but Lamela certainly felt it.
The best I can say for Taylor, Richie, is he looks so much more experienced than the actual career profile. This is a man who apparently did not box at all until he was 19 years of age. Taught by the guys and girls at the Nottingham gym, Bilborough Community ABC. Ray Ricketts, who is actually second to the chief second in that corner tonight. He did an amazing job with him, as indeed he did with Esserman many years earlier. And he's been learning on the job, as the professionals say, over the last few years, given, of course, again, that he turned pro in 2020 when there was nothing happening for 2 years.
Absolutely, and they have done a good job with him. But yes, he seems to box very well for someone who's only had 8 or 9 contests as with Taylor. He's producing some good work here. The quality of his work, quality of his punching is very good indeed. The technique that he's delivering the shots with, yeah, it's excellent. So he's had good coaching. Oh.
I don't think Lamela was troubled as maybe some people at the back of the hall thought there. But it's Taylor walking him across the ring on the diagonal, right across. The shots keep raining in on the Cuban. Been based in Barcelona, we understand, for a lot of his career, most of his fights in that area, Catalonia.
In these situations, Paul, you must keep working with the jab, breaking your opponent down, which will create opportunities and openings. Mustn't neglect that shot. You can probably see that, you know, he wants to knock the guy out. He's trying to land shots like that, but he's got to set that up. Measure that distance a little bit better. There you go. That wasn't too far away, but he's got to use his lead hand a little bit more.
We've made quite a few of these shots, Lamela, but it's Very risky strategy, as he demonstrated awareness of, to stay in the corner. He moved away very impressively there. And he's got through another round. Two good runs in the bank for Ezra Taylor against Carlos Alberto Lamela so far. There is a title on the line tonight, the vacant WBC International belt. Grabbing it very firmly with both hands is Taylor's objective. He set about the task quite impressively. Punch stats from Jabba once more tonight on TNT Sports. But Rich, you want to see him back boxing, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got to set up the attacks a little bit better with the jab, his lead hand. I think because he's had good success with that right hand over the top, that's not a bad shot. And I like to, like I said before, I like to see him throw that left hook on the inside. That's good stuff.
He flashes, his work is excellent, I must say. But he's not in against the punchback per se, is he? He's in against the guy who knows how to take a shot.
Yes, he's a tough guy, isn't he, Lamela? There's no doubt about that. And that's why the importance of the lead hand, just to break him down a little bit more. Good right hand over the top from Taylor again. And Lamela, he certainly hasn't got Cuban skills, but he has got toughness, and that's probably from his Spanish roots also, remember. But certainly Taylor, he's boxing well. It's important not to get frustrated here, Paul. You know, he's winning every round and he's looking good, but he can't get frustrated. That's why he's got to keep working behind his boxing, set up these attacks, and then hopefully the stoppage will come.
As he said against Nati, it all fell into place when I went back to my boxing, and it seems like a repeat in that sense. See, in terms of technique, Richie, they can teach him, even though he's a slow starter, they can teach him so much in the gym, but you cannot replicate competitive experience, can you? All the grades of amateur boxing and having to find a way to win fights. It's different if you are Taylor, isn't it? I think we should bear that in mind with him.
Yes, exactly, Paul. You're spot on. And he's literally learning on the job, isn't he, Ezra Taylor, as we've said before. And he's not doing too badly at all. And in this contest, he's winning every round against a stubborn opponent. That wasn't too bad from Lamela. Taylor just got to edge forward, close that gap a little bit better with that lead hand of his. Create that space on the inside. Look for these openings, and like I say, the left hook's the shot for me that could do the damage.
I think the importance of this title belt tonight is also that it will just let him somewhere into the top end of the rankings, maybe top 15 or something like that in Britain, with so many high-quality light heavyweights. It's very difficult to do it if you just consigned to 8-round class in British terms, which is where he would be otherwise. That's the point, really. From Josh Buatsi, Callum Smith, Anthony Yard, Willie Hutchinson, who's in the best form of his career, Lyndon Arthur, Dan Aziz, Craig Richards, who we saw recently, Ben Whittaker's only just in the BoxRec top 10. That's how hard it is. Solomon Dakers is another talent trying to find some room at heavyweight. He's involved tonight, and he's speaking to Danny Jamieson now.
So you've had a proper camp ahead of this tonight. How much of a difference do you think that could make?
Big difference. Like night and day, isn't it? Preparation in boxing, it's everything. So yeah, big difference.
How excited are you to get out there and just show everybody what you're capable of?
Yeah, exactly that. You know, show what I'm really capable of, and you know, I've put all the hard work in, so it should show now when I get in the ring.
Expecting anything different from the first matchup?
Yeah. Condition, everything's just got to be better. Everything's got to be better.
Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
So Dakers against Michael Webster at heavyweight is one of 2 rematches, the top of the bill. In a couple of hours from now here, live on TNT Sports, the rematch at middleweight between Nathan Heaney and Brad Pauls. First one, absolutely tremendous fight. One of Britain's fights of the year, actually.
Yeah, really looking forward to that one, the rematch. And let's see if Ezra Taylor can get this stoppage here. He's won every round. And all those boxers you mentioned earlier, Paul, It's a great light heavyweight division in this country, and he wants to be in that mix, doesn't he? And although this is only his 9th contest, I think he has the potential to move into that bracket, most certainly. And he needs an impressive display here. Up to now, it's been good, but to get a stoppage here against a tough opponent, that's what he'd be aiming for here.
Potential is the key word. I think there'll be a lot of trainers watching on TNT Sports tonight, enviously looking at the natural gifts of Ezra Taylor. But he has stayed true to his roots. I mentioned Ray Ricketts' influence on his career from the time he first started showing interest in boxing, and in the last couple of years based at the world-class Loughborough University complex. Angel Fernandez taking charge of his career. Fraser Clark and Richard Rieper share the stable there, I understand.
Yeah, a couple of good shots there from Lamela. That wasn't too bad on the inside. And I think a little bit of a response there from Taylor. He knows he got caught there. This is better from him. And this is where he's got to go for it now, Paul. Short to mid-range, he's got to work a little bit harder, I think, Ezra Taylor. Trying to learn in this contest. Lamela now going to southpaw. He's trying to make things awkward. I'd like to see Taylor probably get a little bit close and then whip those shots across the body. Right hand, left up, most certainly. He might be a little bit leaky. That's a good shot there from Taylor.
Acknowledged as such by Lamela, but he takes it and he stands his ground. Gratifying to see an import like Lamela, so keen to give value for money, as he has tended to do, even in his last fight apparently in Austria. Very much the away fighter, and he won it in the 12th round in quite extraordinary circumstances. Apparently nearly caused a riot when he knocked out his opponent Mansur Elvayev in Vienna. While he's on his feet, he still believes he could do the same to Taylor, I reckon.
Yeah, he comes into the contest with confidence, doesn't he? Oh, there's that left hook. Not too far away there, Taylor.
It's okay.
Come on, champ.
Watch his elbows.
These will worry you, champ. These will worry you. And you're fucking one of them, okay? You're one of them, bro. You're one of them. Come on, man. Force him to shreds. Counter punch.
Punch stats from Jabba. Ezra Taylor is finding Carlos Alberto Lamela is fulfilling his part of the bargain here tonight. We're at the halfway point almost in this 10-rounder. The WBC's international belt is on the line. Ezra Taylor still learning his way, feeling his way in as a pro. Shown a lot of good work tonight. Lamela's a very tough customer indeed, with ambition of his own. I'd go so far to say, Rich, the ideal opponent at this stage in his career. Would you agree?
Yes, I think he really is an awkward opponent, isn't he? He's underestimated, Lamela. He's only been stopped once, and that was way back in his 5th contest. But yeah, he's proving very awkward. And one of the reasons is, Paul, is he's most of the time he's on his back foot, and it's always difficult to actually knock an opponent out or stop them when they're moving backwards. That's why I'd like to see Ezra Taylor work his way in with the jab, but when he gets in close, that was a cracking shot. Right uppercut on the inside there, he's downstairs. Yeah, quality shot again from Taylor, lovely work. This is where I want to see him do his better work, Taylor, because he's covering all well on the inside, nothing's really hurting him. I just think he'll find an opening, because I think that Lamela is guard, he's just a little bit leaky on the inside, Paul.
He's got all the shots, has Taylor. He's got the intelligence, obviously, in boxing terms, and indeed out of the ring. But the key point against a wily operator like this, remain patient. Don't put yourself under pressure. Just trying to relax the shoulders even as we say that.
Yeah. Your boxing flow. Good stretch of attack, body to head there, that double left hook. And it may be a body shot that undoes this guy, Paul. We've seen it time again, haven't we, that opponents take headshots and they seem to walk through anything to the body and they can come undone. So maybe it is a body shot that may do that. There'll be plenty of opportunities to land those punches. Just a little bit too far out there, Taylor.
Let's switch back to the orthodox in this round. One of the many cunning plans. Oh, he took a good right hand there, did Taylor. As Lamela saw the opening.
Clever boxing from Lamela there, Paul. You know, he landed a couple of good shots. And there was Taylor saying, well, come on, let's exchange. And off he just walked off.
Went for a walk around the arena, didn't he? In his own way, quite entitled to feel pleased with himself. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
You're a different breed, you guys, you really are.
Well, he's a tough cookie, isn't he? And that wasn't a bad round for him, right?
Well, what a fighting prospect tonight for the famous British and Commonwealth bantamweight titles. And here comes Andrew Kane, deep in his own thoughts. This is the big night that Kane has worked toward. He can be such an exciting fighter. One real bad night in every sense, which has put him behind the clock a little bit. A year out of the game, but back, and they hope to prove as good as new. Kane and his all-successful, all-conquering Everton Red Triangle team at the moment. But what a prospect against the defending champion, Ashley Lane. And to say that he is a champion who wears the title with pride and honour is an underestimation of what it means to Lane. So the second half of this 10-rounder for Ezra Taylor. He's making a good impression. At times he's really threatened to unravel Lamela. That has not happened. Lamela is cunning, savvy, and he's quite a sharp puncher in his own right. We knew that even before tonight. I say again, really good bit of matchmaking, because there are lots of puzzles for Taylor to solve in this fight.
Yeah, I think in the last round, Lamela, we've got to give him credit. He started to control the pace, didn't he? And if anything, Taylor just slowed down a little bit, and he's come out a little bit quicker in this round, as Taylor. So obviously, he's had a bit of a roasting in that corner. But that's good. That's a lovely combination there from him. You know what? That was lovely work there, Taylor. The way he avoided shots on those ropes there, that was pretty impressive, making Lamela swing and miss.
Got WBC emblazoned on his trunks. I think that's not overconfident at the end of the night, but he wants that international title belt, the WBC's version, just to get him on the map internationally. Maybe just to put his name into the thoughts of some of the rivals here in Britain, led by Josh Boatsy at the moment.
Lamela just looking a little bit slower, Paul, in this round, and maybe a little bit laboured with his work. Can Ezra Taylor sense that and step on the gas a little bit? Just as I say that, he comes swinging out. But again, look, goes for little walks. There's a pattern in his work, isn't there? He tends to land, then he goes walkers, just to slow it down a little bit and recover and regroup, if anything.
In some, Richie, he knows his way around.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's important that Taylor remains watchful, doesn't get drawn onto something, doesn't switch off.
Well, the quality in Lamela's work isn't that good. If you look at the quality of his punches, they're swinging, and they're not as sharp and crisp and accurate like Taylor's. Nevertheless, I mean, he's a tough cookie. the better work certainly coming from Taylor, and maybe it's time that he starts going through the gears a little bit more now and upping the pace against Lamela.
I was going to say that, Richie, but actually the tempo has dropped a little bit from Taylor's point of view, hasn't it? And that rather suits Lamela.
Yeah, exactly.
And here comes Brad Pauls, who played a full part in what many consider to be one of the best title fights we have seen in Britain this year. So close to dethroning Nathan Heaney first time round, and back to do it all again here in Birmingham in our top of the bill. Angel Fernandez back to us.
You see, like as soon as you land one shot, that's where you need to go. Once it goes into shreds, counter, and then combination after that. Yeah? And the moment that he throws something, it's straight away on him, because that's what he wants to press.
Taylor bossing it so far. Lamela's had his moments of success. Shouldn't be overlooked completely tonight.
Yeah, he's showing he's a tough kid, isn't he, Lamela? He just got caught there with 2 or 3 good shots. Right hand especially from Ezra Taylor was a cracking punch, so he's got to seize this opportunity now, because I don't think Lamela is fully recovered just yet. He's very good at just standing off and just slowing things down, and Ezra Taylor, you know, he's playing to his tune a little bit, so he's got to up the work rate here.
Up on his toes he goes. That, to me, Richie, that's a whole different dimension with Ezra Taylor when he is up on his toes, because he was starting to look a little bit flat-footed.
Yeah.
The stance was getting bigger and bigger, and he was starting to plant his feet more and more, as though saying to himself, I've got to really put one on this guy. Yeah. It doesn't work like that, does it?
No, it certainly doesn't. And what he was also doing, Paul, he was just slowing down to Lamela's pace. And he's got to realise that he's got to box at his pace. I mean, look at Lamela now. I mean, really coming on to Taylor. But Taylor's got to box his fight. And he's got to use that range and that jab a little bit more. And to give credit here to Lamela, he's getting through with the odd shot here on the inside. And he goes for his walk. Clever kid, isn't he? Really is.
It's life in the comfort zone, isn't it, Richie? But there's an art in doing it that way. He's so good at making angles, isn't he, Lamela?
Yeah, again, whipping shots in. There's not a lot really landing, and the quality of the punch isn't that good from Lamela. They're wild swings occasionally. Taylor's punch is much more direct, much more snap, better technique in the quality of the punch from Taylor, most definitely.
On the book, there's only an inch between them in terms of height. To my eye, I must say, the differential is larger. That explains the way Lamela just seems able to make the angles underneath a bit more comfortably than Taylor can. But each to their own.
Good work again from
yes,
Taylor. There you go. Just starting to come undone a little bit now, Lamela.
He's nearly there, okay? Right, we start pacing out now, okay? Okay? Listen, once you're close to him, be sharp with your defense. He's just looking for the right hand over. He's looking for one shot, bro. So don't give it to him. Yeah? Stay tidy with your defense. If you initiate him, make sure that you give a defense. But this guy is nearly to go, okay? Poking on the body. Poking on the body. As soon as he throws a combination, attack him there.
Poking away with them.
And if he gives you the body language of like going back like that, go on top of him because he's not ready to punch.
Yeah.
Yeah? Behind that jab. Variation of the jab. Different angles of the jab. Yeah?
Yeah. Quality, mate, the quality.
Good round.
Keep it on, mate.
Let's go.
Punch stats from Jabber suggesting volume, little or nothing in it, but is the quality overall better from Taylor, Richie?
Yeah, most definitely. More direct and a lot more judge-friendly, if you like. You can see the quality of the shot and the snap in the punch. Lamela, yes, he's stubborn, and he's got through with the odd shot here and there. A lot of them are wild swings. Nevertheless, you know, what he lacks in quality, Paul, he certainly makes up in how tough he is. Tough kid.
Every so often, there's a sharp riposte here from Lamela. Little reminders. If Ezra Taylor were to get carried away, even in this fight tonight, there could be consequences, but let nobody get carried away in terms of where he is in his career at the moment. Better not to take the liberties. It's when I first started. It's like when I first started interviewing you when you were the world champion, and if I asked a cheeky question, you didn't answer it. You just gave me the look. Do you remember those days?
No, long time ago, Paul. Good work again there from Taylor, making him miss, but he's got to make him pay. That wasn't a bad right hand to the body from him.
As we have seen on the punch stats, volume aplenty from Lamela, and perhaps we should just remind everybody that there are 3 scoring judges. Kieran McCann, Jürgen Langos and Ernesto Saldivar. In terms of polish, I don't think anybody in the world would suggest that Taylor is not the classier operator, but Lamela is still working hard, and he has ambition even now.
What a great exchange that was, and Lamela, you know, he was every bit in there with his own work, wasn't he, that was scoring. A great exchange. Trevor again hits and walks away.
See, I mentioned the gym and the high-quality guys that he is working with, Taylor, but I can't believe that he's fighting guys like Lamela 10 rounds in sparring during the week. Can you?
No. But I'll tell you what, Paul, you said about it earlier, this is a great bit of matchmaking, isn't it? Ezra Taylor, 8-0 going into this, learning his trade, and this is certainly a learning contest indeed against a tough man.
Probably the time to remind everybody as well, as we've got a little bit of high-stepping stuff from Taylor, that Lamela can keep going right to the finish, and he won spectacularly last time out in the 12th round. It's not all about the men tonight. A real star in women's boxing. Danny Jameson is waiting to speak to Chantel Cameron.
Chantel, 8 months out of the ring. How excited are you to make your Queensberry and TNT Sports debut tonight?
Yeah, I'm literally so excited. I can't wait to get the ball rolling and the journey begins again, so I can't wait.
And what sort of challenges does Ella McCallis pose for you tonight?
It's going to be a tough fight, but I'm at the level now where every fight's tough, and that's what I want to be in the tough fights.
You said you wanted to scare everybody in the division tonight. What do you have to do to make that happen?
Put on a big performance and show everyone that I'm coming back for them belts.
Can't wait to see it.
Okay.
Cool, calm and collected, but what an addition to the Queensberry Promotions team she could prove to be. The best we can say for Carlos Alberto Lamela is that he has made himself very much at home here in Birmingham. Comfortable and still retaining some confidence that he could do something special here late against Taylor.
Yeah, he's proving a real tough cookie, isn't he, Lamela? His first contest, remember, in the UK. He's brought confidence into it. Obviously, in his last contest, he boxed over in Austria, didn't he? He had that 12th round knockout. And he's come with confidence in this one. Been caught time and again, but really showed a granite-like chin. And he's stubborn, awkward, and probably what Ezra Taylor is needed here. We've said that Ezra Taylor would be perfect for him to get a stoppage. It's proving harder and harder as each round goes on. This man seems to be there for the 10 rounds.
I was just about to say that they're getting very bubbly and confident in the corner, a bit too bubbly for Victor Loughlin's liking there, and he went over and he wagged the finger. Nice left hook from Taylor. Lamela felt it. Right hand wasn't bad either. Again, Lamela makes a little bit of space when under pressure. Lovely combination from Taylor.
This is going to test Lamela now, Paul. Taylor actually got caught with the left hook, good left hook from Lamela also. And it's just fired him up a little bit. He's starting to plant his feet and he's going for it here with some big shots, Taylor. So this may be another test for Lamela. Can he get through it? He's just got through it up to now, but nevertheless, that wasn't bad from Taylor there. Pretty aggressive, coming forward.
Job for Taylor from here surely is to make sure he works through to the finish line at the end of the 10th round and works hard. Up close and personal now, aren't they?
Yeah, tough man. Lamela took a couple of good body shots there. He's still coming back, swinging away.
Let's also just remind everybody, this is becoming uncharted territory for Taylor. He's never had to go 10 rounds. Still another element to the learning experience. And he's been made to work all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. He hasn't had it all his own way, has he? Each round there's been a section of the round where Lamela's worked hard and switched the attack from body to head and made it really awkward. So yeah, real competitive contest this.
Carlos, es el último asalto. No hay más tutilla, ¿vale? No hay más tutilla. Hay que echarlo todo, ¿vale?
Sí,
se acabó ya.
Pero hay que dejar que él el primer minuto se la juegue.
Sí, sí. Escucha la cosa.
El primer minuto que se la juegue. Porque luego baja.
Somos campeones, ¿vale?
Like this, yeah. Go straight on him, bro, because he's not ready to punch. He's not ready to punch. And then land the combination and grab you on the body. Yeah. And as soon as you go on the body, switch upstairs.
180 seconds, Ezra.
Come on, 3 minutes.
You look fresh, man.
3 minutes.
Look at you.
3 minutes.
Lovely, ready to go out. Come on.
WBC champion, 3 minutes, champ. Use me that jab a bit more and use the fence. Okay?
Last round.
Last round, come on.
Meaningful attack.
The words were interesting, but the actual face there of Taylor told me a story. This is a step up tonight. This is 10 rounds. Some of them have been quite hard. He's a really tricky customer, is Lamela, Richie. And Taylor's not had it all his own way, has he?
No, not at all. I think it's been a real good learning contest for him. It started off like we thought that Ezra Taylor might get the stoppage, but Lamela has proved really stubborn and probably tougher than what we all thought. So fair play to him. And you hinted on it, Paul, that he's not been 10 rounds before, remember, Taylor. He's done a couple of 8 rounders, but he's never been 10. So that's another step forward for him here tonight.
So from what we know of Lamela, judged particularly on his last outing, these are the danger moments in this fight right now for Ezra Taylor. He uncorked something special late on.
Yeah, I think you're right, Paul. He's going for it himself, isn't he? So he's proving a real tough cookie, and he's getting through on the inside there as well. So it's toe-to-toe now in this last round. It's been a good contest.
Push him. No. Push him back and land.
Yeah, that was quality there from Taylor.
See, Richie's got such quick hands, hasn't he, when he lets them go? It's almost as though the rest of the body needs a bit of time to catch up.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the impressive bit there was just maintaining that gap and then punching in and punching into it and not falling in or letting the opponent smother you and come forward. He just held his ground and he did well there.
Nobody's ever going to say Lamela is fleet of foot, but he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's trying to draw Taylor onto something here to create another big shock. Taylor needs to remain watchful. We've seen the odd little bit of showboating.
I just heard the corner of Ezra Taylor saying keep your shape, and that is really good advice indeed.
Some flashy combination work in the last 20 seconds from Taylor. But overall performance has certainly borne out again that the talent is all in there for Ezra Taylor. Furious action right to the finish. For me, Lamela was never going to land a big shot. Taylor's now doing his own version of the Lamela stroll right across the ring. I had my man all night long, he says. Well, Lamela stuck around very gamely indeed. Taylor showed all the ability we know is in there, and I don't want to hear afterwards from him that he's disappointed with his own performance. I don't think for a moment he should be.
I'm not disappointed with his performance. Most definitely not. This is only his 9th contest.
Exactly.
So he was in against a tough kid who's given him a good night's work there. He'll really learn from that. That was his first 10-rounder, and he was pushed. He was pushed in most of the rounds. He wasn't really in any sort of trouble, but nevertheless, Lamela certainly had his little spells here and there. It was tough as old boots. And Ezra Taylor there overall, he's won almost every round, so that for me has not been a bad night's work for him.
So the punch stats from Jaber, the totalised version thereof, Richie. You can see how busy Lamela's been through the whole show there.
Yes, I think the difference has been in the quality of the work. Like I said, for the quality of the punching was definitely with Ezra Taylor. The sharpness, the snap in the punch, and actually delivering, and the technique for me is better in the punches of Ezra Taylor. But Carlos Alberto Lamela has really pushed him and given him a good night's work and a hard night overall.
3 scoring judges to interpret what we've seen with our own eyes. With admirable efficiency, they've already been signed off by Charlie Giles, and they've been handed over to Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Ernesto Saldivar scores it 97-93. And both judges, Kieran McCann and Jurgen Langos, are in agreement. They both score it 99-91. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now the WBC International Light Heavyweight Champion, Ezra the Cannon Taylor.
Most pleasing of all in that it's almost a shutout on 2 of the cards for Kieran McCann and Jurgen Langos. Terrific night for Nottingham all round after Eko Esserman's stunning display. Different kind of fight, different stage in a fighter's career. Ezra Taylor, but so much talent, and he can only keep winning, Richie, right?
Yes, I think so. And like I said, it's only his 9th contest, Paul, so he'll have learned a lot from that. He'll move on. He wants to be in with the big boys, obviously, in the division, in terms of the British, the talent that's in this division. But he'll move on from this, and it was a good night for him.
The Magnificent 7. Some big fights still ahead, but magnificent quality all the way so far. Over to you, Becky.
Certainly is. Well done to Ezra Taylor.